What's up, YouTube fam? This is Dark Angel's Journey, and I'm Shakira. Today, I thought I'd jump in and do a little bit more practicing. There are a couple um, indicators that I wanted to test out that I'm just checking to see if it's going to make life a little bit easier for me. I'm going to come back to this one, but what I'm really interested in is this FVG, which basically points out the different imbalances. And it can do it for 15, 1 hour, 4 hours daily, right? And this way I don't have to draw them. So that would be really awesome. And then there's also this fractal fair value gap one. I'm still not quite sure what this one does yet, so bear with me as I try and figure it out. Basically, from what I can tell, it points out like liquidity areas, I think, potentially. Drop something in the comments, let me know if I'm wrong there. But in the meantime, let's take that one off for now. And these guys will show up again. And I've had my trusty imbalance finder dynamic that I've been testing out. And I like that one too. But this FVG draws the imbalances out for me, and I don't have to do it myself. So yay. There's also this other one called imbalance zone, which actually mirrors what the FEG does. The only thing it doesn't do is tell me the time frame for it, right? So I'll turn that one off and let's take a look at this guy. I can extend the boxes for these guys as well so that I can see it across if you want to. Delete it after it gets filled, hide lower than enabled time frames. Yes, okay, cool. And we can probably actually make these a little bit less in your face. Let's dim these down a bunch. Maybe that's too dim. Enough that I can still see it. And let's do the same with the green one, make it a little bit more opaque. Okay, nice. So still obvious, and now I don't have to keep drawing them. This is great. Okay, so I have dropped Matic on here. So what I want to do is I want to see how well I like this. And of course, my higher lows, well, higher, high, lower, low, whatever. Be turning that one on and off um, to play with. So let's see, I've randomly pulled this back up to, what is this, July? Okay, Sunday, July 22nd, whatever. And we have all these juicy uh, imbalances. I guess these are short imbalances, these are long imbalances coming in the opposite directions. Okay, so what I want to figure out is, can I figure out the demand area from a nice juicy break for the upper levels from a higher time frame, and the supply area being up top and the demand area being below, so I know where I can trade in between without potentially getting burned. All right, so as always, let's we're on like a nice little juicy downtrend here, and as always, let's see if we can't draw our excuse me. And I like to make these red so I know what I'm doing. And let's just double check all the good touches. Now, one, zoom in a little bit, two, three. It's not bad. I might adjust it so I can get a little bit more out of that one. This is nice. I touch it, doesn't move the the imbalance areas. I like that. Let's move that down and be more accurate because I get 1, 2, 3 touches, almost 4 there. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Looks like we've just hit some sort of like relief rally bounce this way. So let's jump into, and let's see. Do I have any levels I need to worry about? Maybe this one up here. I don't know that I care too much about them until, price starts to roll up into that direction. Then I'll be more interested. But touch, 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 touch. Yeah, that's not bad. And given that this was kind of a consolidation area here, let's see what we can do. Because, every day we come into these charts, we're going to walk in on God knows what. What's happening? Why is the auto not making it nice and juicy for me? Whenever that's like um, some weird, because sometimes when you put these indicators in, they do weird things and the charts don't behave the way you expect them to. So let me take that off for a hot second. Huh, maybe not. Anyway, let's put that back on because it is doing that. Yeah. It's pushing the charts down. Maybe logarithmic seems to work a little bit better. All right, so got a nice little area to play with here. And the cool thing about this thing, see if you can zoom in even more, is it'll tell you from which time frame. It's like that's a daily imbalance. Man, that's hard to see. What the heck? Can I make the writing on those bigger? Let's see. Style. Oh, come on. Border width. That's solid. Label size. Let's make that large. Yes, I can see it. So this is 4 hour daily for, nice combo, 4 hours daily. Lovely. All right, that's good. So let's see if we can find something useful. So we were in a downtrend and we seem to have broken out of it. We're going this way. What is there to play with? Well, let's see if we've got some other trend happening here. Get as many touches. And let's make this orange for internal trends is what I'm using that for these days. And let's just make sure that looks good. See if we can find some decent trade entries, potentials. Okay. Let me bring that a second touch. All right, it's not perfect. Third, a little breakout. Fourth, fifth, and break back up. Okay. All right, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for nice juicy breaks on the bottom and potentially even at the top. All right. Something that would pull the price back down to, like, say, this daily imbalance, this 4 hour imbalance, and something that would also, look at this guy. Yes. So we gotta go into our high time frames and find nice juicy spots. Now, oddly enough, this isn't showing any kind of imbalance. Let's look at the way these candles are fit. Oh, there isn't. This is all kinds of natural price action. Well, except for maybe right around here. Is the imbalance finder? Yeah. Oh, fascinating. Or did it show it and it's just too dark? Maybe let's make this a little bit brighter. Just a smidge. A smidgy smidge. Smidgy smidge smidge smidge. Okay. A little bit brighter. My eyes aren't the best, you know what I'm saying? Okay, but it's interesting that the imbalance finder, it's showing, the daily showing this one, but not the whole of that. I don't know if I might use them in tandem. Let's leave it for now, okay, and see how they work well together. All right, so first things first, on the 4 hour, we have this nice break right here. Nice, juicy break. Let's draw that as a nice break. And all red candles coming down. So our supply area is right in this vicinity here. So we're just gonna say this is our supply order block. There's no imbalance up there, so that's no bueno. Let me set this to the top, and let's make this like the green. Red for shorts, green for longs. Yeah, let's do that. Drop that. So there's that. So there's this potential order block. We'll see how that plays out. That might take a while. I don't know. Are we already coiling up to it? Looks like it. I think the only thing I don't like about, I'm just going to move this over this way. The only thing I don't like about um, this is I don't have an imbalance or anything to work with. So we'll see how well this one works. Um, we do have this daily imbalance and then the rest of that. So it might not come all the way back up here, potentially. What's above it? We have another imbalance above it. So I'm wondering, is imbalance, fascinating. So the imbalance zone shows like the whole thing. And, so maybe I'll do them in together, right? So I know, yes, there's an imbalance. The imbalance zone will tell me that there's an imbalance there. And then the FVG will tell me if it's a daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, whatever, right? That's not a bad combo for usage. All right, so let's continue on with that. All right, so there's no imbalance up here. I don't think red's a good idea since I have red all over the place. So let's make this like blue or something. It's going to be light green. Okay, whatever. All right. So other areas. And I think half of my problem right now is that I haven't established like my premium and discount areas here on the 4 hour. So we're coiling up. It's so brightly green. I thought I made that. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just working out my color schemes for these things. The red is the green's easier to see. The red is what's the problem for me. Okay. Also, did I mention that Kitty is kicking it hardcore next to me? Whoops. Kitty is in nap mode. How cute. Yay, kitty, kitty, kitty. Anyway, so I'm not sitting at my usual spot, so you can't see my cool Bitcoin thing. I'm also sipping on my camel frap, so don't judge me. All right, so what we're doing, guys and ladies and everything in between, everyone in between, I should say, is we're basically trying to figure out that we're doing some high level analysis first and foremost, right? Areas where price might come back down to, areas where price might go back up to, all that good stuff. So, trying to establish that first. So here's a nice juicy break. There's a potential order block up here, but there's no imbalance except for all the way down here. So I don't know. It might bounce off of that. What else? Ooh, you know what? Let's see. Is that doing what I think it's doing? Yeah, check it out. So it's forming an upward trending. Let me make that orange. It's forming an upward trending. This is going back pretty far, but let's see. That's some touch, almost skipping all that. And then we've tested it twice this way. This looks like it wants to break upwards. Let's see. And what do we have here? Any other good juicy breaks to play with? So we have this guy. It's not bad. Let's switch that about. So we have our lowest low here, and we got the lower high, and it got broken right around here. Okay, let's make that our break. And then it didn't get broken immediately. So this green candle right here would be our demand area. And do I have something for demand? I have a supply order block. Let's adjust that color. Nope. It's green. Let's make that white. And this is our demand order block because we're going up. I should probably plop like little arrows in here for intentions, right? I'm intending up from here, and then let me plop this one down here. I'm intending down from here. And let's change the color because why not? right? Red for that one, green for that one. All right, cool. Get cute with it. All right, so we have that break. The other thing that's good about this break is that we have this, this juicy 4 hour and daily imbalance below the order block, the demand block as well, which is the same shade, so that can't work. Let's make that, I don't know, light blue or something. So we have the imbalance below it, which automatically creates like a dragon fruit area. So I'm trying to stay on top of my notes and why I created certain things here. So let's try and see if we can't use this call out thing here. So let's do this. Just make a quick note. So we have order block plus imbalance, which creates a dragon fruit, which is pretty high quality right there, and um, 4 hour and daily imbalance too. Those are pretty high quality as well. So that makes that a quality area, but we got to remember there is a nice little spot down here as well. It's on the 4 hour. So there's that. And then we also have this guy that it's going to need to break up or down from. And we have this supply up here, which is not as juicy as I would like, as the imbalance is above it. So maybe we should be looking at maybe this break, because this one does have the imbalance attached to it. Interesting. So we'll have to see how this plays out. For right now, though, let's let a few more candles form. And since this is coiling upwards, I'm honestly thinking it's going to break upwards, right? And let's assume that that's the case. Then we're expecting the target to be all the way up here. Now, there's this thing here, and then all these imbalances as nice little targets. And that's a daily one too. So honestly, if I was trading this breakout, I think I'd be expecting something to the effect of breakout, hit the supply area, see if it passes it. If it doesn't, and it does this, and then continues up, like something like that, right? So how would I draw my gameplay box on this one? This is kind of interesting. Let me see. So I guess I would go from my current charted supply zone area from here to the bottom down here. See how that plays out for me. So what I'm trying to establish here is where it's a good place for me to take a short from, which I'm hoping is in here. I'm a little concerned about the imbalances above here because it could shoot past it and just go on about its business. There is a resistance that I did plot out up here that could come into play. And there's also potentially a better break up here. Actually, I think it is a better break. Why? Because, not because it wasn't as juicy meaning it, and I'm sorry if these tend to be a little long, but I'm trying to work through my process here too, and you guys are pretty much here for the show. And this might be even better break at, like, say, the 2 hour or something, but I'm on the 4 hour trying to work this out for the time being. In which case, if I were to zoom in on this particular break here, it didn't happen perfectly. So this green candle would be my supply area, and there is an imbalance right above it, so that's even juicier. So those are my options, right? Is what I'm thinking. So let's set that. So this is another option for a supply slash OB area. There's an imbalance right up top, above, close by, which does still make it into a nice dragon fruit option. All right, so there's a potential for that. So let me pull this all the way over here, all the way over there. And it's actually it's got an imbalance right on top of it as well. So we have a couple of options because not every break is going to be the break that's going to do the job. This was closer to. And the question is, have I found everything? All right, so let's let this play out a little bit more on the 4 hour. What I'm waiting for is this breakout. I'm expecting it to kind of come in here, maybe eat up some more of this, and then maybe come back down. We'll see. Let that play out. All right. All right. So it's created some. All right, let's see if I can get this. Oh, look at that. Coming in for that supply area. Now, if I see it do some sort of turnaround, and honestly, two things. Let me also add my fib. Um, Oopsie, where's the top of this thing? Here we are. Let's add the fib in here. Whoops, I need to drag this down lower because about the bottom of that. So once in my expensive zone right here, and then I'm looking for an entry between the 0.7, 0.8. Oops, and it looks like my writing's getting in the way. Let's adjust that up. Cool. All right, so let's let that play out a little bit more. Zoom in on the area because I don't know about you, but it's hard to see. All right, so let's play that out. Looks like, hey, so we've gone up. Maybe we're coming back down to tap this puppy and then continue on. Let's see. A little consolidation. There we just dropped down. Ate that. Looks like it didn't eat the 4 hour imbalance yet. And there is the continuation upwards. Let's see. A pause in our first supply area, which I wasn't super sure about because there wasn't enough things to hold it together, I think. And let's see. Looks like it's taking. Wait, what just happened? Oh, come on. What is going on? It looks like TradingView is having an issue. What? 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 Okay. Wait. Okay. I don't know what just happened, but it looks like TradingView just kind of the replay just kind of died and or hiccup somehow. But look at it. So the supply zone down here, it wasn't strong enough, right? But the one above that had like the imbalance to create the order block for dragon fruit, that worked really well, like really well. So that's why I wasn't sure about the first one, the first supply area. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. But nice. Man, this is why testing and retesting is where it's at. So with the dragon fruit and the imbalance, like I would have said in the middle of it, maybe even at the bottom after it's been eaten up, right? And then I would be aiming for something this imbalance below here, and then putting my stop loss right above this top with like say one ATR above it. So like there's a couple of imbalances above it. That's a lot of stuff. So I want to take that big of a risk, but you know, there we go. So that didn't play out, but the dragon fruit with the imbalance above that worked out really well. Does price fully come down to like, and I gotta remember that my targets need to be, so I'm targeting the top of this thing. So maybe we just let it play and see if it makes it over there. And this is on the 4 hour. By the way, you shouldn't even try and enter from the 4 hour. You should be like going down to like say the 15 minutes or something. But because it's acting up, maybe I'll test it out in a different spot. But let's see. because this looks like it's coiling up. Yeah, so a lot of 4 hour imbalances showing up. So targets are so important because coming from all the way up here, if I'd say targeted the point 0.5, that would have worked out fine. Or if I targeted this cluster right here as well, that would have worked out fine too, because that's an area where orders have piled up, and folks are expecting um, price to react from. Interesting. So what did we learn? We learned the first supply area wasn't strong enough to actually push the price down, but the one above it, the break above it, was the best option. I like that. I like that. And the whole game play area, like I could have entered at in the middle between 0.8 and zero point 0.7, and also have made a nice little profit if I'd missed that perfect entry up here, be above that. And that's, whoa, that is a 28% gain. But guess what? Aiming for this would have been less drama, like the zero point 0.5, because then you would have gotten your money right there. Look at that, perfect tap, right? You would have gotten your money faster, and that would have been a 23.18% gain on that. Wow. How long would that have taken from, say, had you entered between here? You know, if you set a stop limit order to the point where you got your stuff. Oops, too far, too far. About right there. Ew, that's 5 days. That's the thing about trading higher time frames, right? Incredible. But hey, this is the kind of situation where once it's moved down, settled, you could have moved your stop loss to above here, waited for another drop, and continued on. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to stop this one here because I'm going to make it too long, and then I'll continue with other vids after that. Hey, drop a comment in below if you want to see anything different. I do like these two indicators. It does help me not have to draw them myself. So that's a-okay for me. All right, guys, that was fun. Shakira, out.